What is going on YouTube? I think it's safe to say that pumpkin spice and everything nice is on everyone's minds. We all tend to do this at one point. We check the calendar, see the September date, and let our minds take us into the spooky, thankful, and jolly season. Some people do not like that at all, but hey, can you blame people for looking ahead? It's always fun to look ahead and think about the exciting times to come. And that's what we're going to be doing today, because we just got a massive rumor from a pretty credible source about the next Sonic game. So this source comes from I'm Hero 2, who says, in 2024, we will be getting the next big Sonic game. He also more or less corroborates what Bloomberg posted about earlier this year, saying things like titles like Jet Set Radio, Guardian Heroes, and maybe some other classic SEGA franchises will be getting a reboot. Let's hope that reboot includes Nights into Dreams. Anyways, this source gives us a clue about the release window for the next Sonic game, but here's where we get to put our thinking hats on. Okay, so the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie releases next December, which is indeed a huge deal, as it will be taking Sonic Adventure 2 style and introducing Shadow. Now, we also know that SEGA is releasing Sonic Superstars this October, so it's highly unlikely that this next 2024 Sonic game would be a 2D game. I mean, multiple 2D games back to back just doesn't really make a lot of sense. With that logic in mind, we can make two pretty solid predictions about what this next game is going to be. The first one being that it's probably going to launch sometime around the movie, which is to say fall 24. And the other thing we can make a good guess on is that it's probably going to be a 3D game. And before I make my grand prediction on what just the game is going to be about, I also want to get this out of the way too. Sonic Frontiers released in November 8th, 2022, which would make the game less than a year old as of recording this video. I seriously doubt that Sonic Team was able to, within a year's span, make an entire new 3D game that is polished and looks good and is also not buggy. I mean, let's just be realistic here. So where does this leave us? Well, I think famous Sonic lover and streamer GamesCage has the answer I myself had. When I first heard the news, the only thing I could think of was Sonic Adventure Collection. Look, it's pretty clear SEGA is going to dive into their old catalog of amazing titles. Some of those titles include Jet Set Radio and Nights into Dreams, and Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I mean, those are two of the greatest 3D platformers of all time, and specifically with Sonic Adventure 2, it defined the genre in so many different ways. It's also the literal greatest game of all time, according to me. So why not do a remaster of the best 3D Sonic games ever? You know the audience is there, they've been asking for it for decades. We also know that amongst the Sonic team themselves, they still hold the Adventure series in high regard. The director for Sonic's mainline games today even called it legendary. So why not do a faithful remaster of the games? It would give fans a huge holiday title that would 100% sell better than anything Sonic's done recently, including Frontiers, which is its highest selling game ever. It could also be the perfect way to drum up hype for the Sonic 3 movie. I mean, again, Shadow is going to be in this Sonic 3 movie, and he was introduced in Sonic Adventure 2 as a character. I could even see SEGA doing ads for both the movie and the game itself, really making the franchise feel connected, even if the game story is different from the movie story. My only concern with this Adventure series collection is SEGA's willingness to go back to the past faithfully. You see, I don't want to remaster the game if they're going to change the model, the voice acting, or literally anything about the game. I am simply just asking for updated graphics, essentially, and maybe some cool bells and whistles, like concept art in a digital or physical book, and some bonus stages that never made it into the game. I mean, we all remember how Sonic was supposed to look, right? He had the original hot dog shoes, so maybe you could add that in the game. Or we could take a look at Shadow's concept art. Maybe they actually can draw up a model of what Shadow was supposed to be like. Don't get me wrong, I definitely do hate the new age Sonic model. I mean, it's just boring and played out at this point. And I'm not a big fan of Roger Craig Smith, respectively. I just think he doesn't have charisma. Ryan Drummond and Jason Griffith really gave Sonic an edge to his voice and kind of like a dangerous, arrogant feel. Roger Craig Smith is just a monotone, "Hey Tails, how you doing?" And it just doesn't really fit Sonic. Although I can say his performance in Frontiers was his best by far. In any case, I really hope they just go back to the Adventure series if they do, and just do it the right way. Keep the old Sonic model, just update the graphics, give us some cool bells and whistles, and please redo the voice acting if you're gonna redo the voice acting. But if you're not gonna redo the voice acting, then just keep it how it is. Because I would much rather have a Sonic Adventure Collection faithful remaster rather than a new aged remake where everything I knew about the game is different. In any case, the idea of a Sonic Adventure series collection could align really well with what I've heard about the Switch 2. The Switch 2 is definitely launching in the holiday season of 2024. Now, I'm not sure what the numbers are exactly, but I would have to imagine Sonic sells best on Switch. I just think the combination of playing in handheld mode along with Sonic and Mario having a few crossover games gives the Switch the upper hand when it comes for Sonic sales. So if we did get this collection next holiday season, it could end up being the perfect storm. Now I should also mention that there is a good chance that we get Sonic Superstars Plus or Sonic Superstars DLC. Sonic Origins and Frontiers both really got good DLC to keep those games feeling fresh, so it should come as no surprise if we see the same thing happen for Sonic Superstars. Now I made a video talking about a Sonic Heroes remaster, and that would be my second guess if they don't do the Adventure Series collection. I think the teasers that we got at the Sonic Central with the Heroes remaster that was rumored is possible, but they could have also just been cool Easter eggs. However, I do think if Sega wanted to play it safe, Sonic Heroes is the best choice. Unlike Sonic Adventure, the formula is tried and true and easy to remaster. I think I would be significantly less bothered if they redid all the voice acting along with the models as well for the game. Don't get me wrong, I don't want them to, but I love Sonic Adventure 2 like a baby. Sonic Heroes I just like. So if for whatever reason they didn't bring back Ryan Drummond in any capacity, I guess I wouldn't mind it too bad. And this is also really good with what Sega's been doing with the Sonic team, specifically the guys outside of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's also worth mentioning that Sega and Sonic team have been really pushing Sonic's friends. Knuckles has his own TV show coming soon, Amy has had a big market push for Sonic Superstars, and new playable characters in Frontiers is Sonic's friends like Knuckles, Amy, and Tails. If they were to continue on that path of pushing Sonic's friends, well then Sonic Heroes fills that gap really well. It's a 3D game with 3-man cells, and there's so many different characters you can choose to play all at once. But there you have it. In 2024, we are going to be getting a massive Sonic remake or remaster. Will it be the Sonic Adventure Collection, a remaster of the 2 greatest 3D games Sonic has ever had to try and push forward the movie and maybe sell more than any other Sonic game has ever done before? Or will it be Sonic Heroes, the continuing agenda to push Sonic's friends into the mainstream, kind of like how Mario does with Luigi and Peach and all these other cool characters? But what do you guys think the next 3D Sonic game is going to be? Will it be a remaster of the Adventure Series or Heroes, or something entirely different? Let me know in the comments section down below, and thank you for checking out this video. Hope to see you guys in the next one, but until then, peace.